Hello folks, Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh and Lothian's dog trainer. I'm quite soft-spoken in this video for a really good reason, or as soft-spoken as I can manage it. I'd like to talk about open space recalls versus cover recalls. Cover includes hidden gradients, forest, or just deep woodland. Now you saw the dog there was on high alert, and that's because a deer just ran into the woods, and we clocked the deer at about 40 yards before it decided to bolt. Now, many recalls fail. There's a huge difference between being able to have a successful recall in open space, such as a field or a moor, and then taking that recall into forest. There are two different types of recall, and they need trained in different ways. Not so much different ways, but a different approach. It needs to be taken towards it. Open moor, mostly they're driven by scent and sight. When you get into forest, what's more pertinent are sound, movement, scent as well, but it could be the slightest thing. It could be the snap of a twig. It could be birds flying from the treetops at the first sign of movement or anything like that. So what you have are different concentrative powers of the dog in play. And dogs love to get into the undergrowth. They love to get into forest and explore, and if possibly get onto the trail of something. So when you've spent all those months of hard work building up your recall skills with your whistle, with your verbal cues and things like that, they're all very well, because most of the time you have an eye on your dog. You have a visual. When you get into deep forest and deep cover, you don't have that. And you can hear your dog, but you have to rely on the whistle mostly. And it's a leap of faith letting your dog loose in the woods, particularly if your dog loves to search for game or any type of wildlife, even if they're on a scent. That can cause a little panic in some people because they can't see their dog. That's not a small thing, that's a big thing. And that panic produces behaviours that are not present during your normal recall, because you can see your dog. So you may whistle more, you may shout more. As your stress levels even go up that little bit, wondering how far away your dog is, where your dog is, even although you might be able to hear him, you don't have that visual comfort of knowing that your dog is nearby, or indeed coming back to you. This is where it plays mind games with you. What I like to do, and what's a very functional behaviour for a dog as well. So if you've got your recall 85-90%, before you take that leap of faith, you start to use the whistle in different ways. It might be counterproductive to what you think. So I like to blow my whistle in a very softer way, at a much lower tone, and direct my dog back with it. Searching for you is actually a very enjoyable, functional behaviour for a dog. Yes, they may be on a chase. Yes, they may be on a scent. But if you have some type of high-level guarantee through your training, and once you get your dog back through those low-level whistle cues, it gives you a lot of comfort in knowing what you can get out of your recall when you're in deep cover. Training in deep cover, I would say spend the same amount of time that you train in open space, in field and moorland. That's very important. Here, the dog is very attentive, even although he's currently on leash. He's just wondering what's out there and when he's going to get his chance to go at it. So what you don't want to do is put your recall in too quickly, because that's just going to frustrate the dog. You've allowed him off leash for a reason. So that leap of faith comes with certain guarantees that you have It's not cast iron guarantees. It's not 100% proof. It's something that you're going to test in the faith that you're going to get your dog back to you. So deep cover recalls require a completely different approach, and that's what I like to do. I like to give my dog clues as to where I am, but not absolute clues, so that when they do go that bit further, and they create that much more distance between you, and then once their chase or their scent or their trail hunting is over, they get low-level whistle clues as to where you are. And then when they find you, that's when your ultimate praise and encouragement is going to be for your dog. It's a big leap of faith, but it's a very enjoyable part of your training. And it's something that I go out of my way to implement, and it's something that gives me a lot of satisfaction and guarantee, knowing that I can get my dog back to me, even although I know he's busy in the forest, even although I can hear the dogs. I know through that whistle work that I am relying on the whistle, that I'm creating a reliance on the whistle, giving the dog a clue as to where I am. That's what takes your training up a level. Just some thoughts for you to ponder on in your recall training. As I always say, you are training recall for the first 3, 4, 5 years of your dog's life through to maturity. It's something that you're going to maintain constantly, because you're likely going to expose your dog to all different environments. So recall is always your priority, and it's always your priority work in progress. If you like this video, please like, comment or share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh Lothian's dog trainer. Have a great day, folks.